Welcome to this video. I'm going to be adjusting there you go. The Logitech webcam 920 does not adjust as well as I can adjust by hand the autofocus. So now that we begin, welcome to Monday morning. What I'm going to be speaking about this morning is these numbers: 47 times 2 equals 94 and 74 divided by 2 equals 37. The reason I do this is because um, 47 is the reverse of this number. Jesus gets the reverse of this number. This number represents Uranus. Jesus represents Nibiru. It's like the Jesus split. So you ask, why doesn't Jesus help us? It's because he's not on this side. So now we're going to be duplicating numbers. I'm going to start with how he gets to this side by 57, the moon, and we just keep doing it one of two ways, either by adding 1, 4, or 7, or 4 and 7, or just doubling this number. By adding 4 and 7, we bring it to its gateway. 4 will create this going around number 5, and 7 is what our entry is, almost like saying the letter P, right, as the half-life. So now 57 and 57 creates 1 and 5, and right away we jump into Mars, and this number will go back to the moon. Why? Because this will create 5 and 5, 10, all zeros equal 6, because of two sides of something, right? Or the split in the river, right? The split in the river, 3 this way, 3 this way if we're going by numbers, or 1 and 1. I'm not sure which numbers I'm going to be using by the split in the river. So now we go back to 57 again, 5 and 1, 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. This is a representation 11, that's the split of 1 and 1. Now we go 5 again, 5 and 6 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2, 7 and 3 creates 1. Now it's 27, when a big red sun in Nibiru. This one will then go to 7 and 8, and that is the division. If we add it up, it's 15, and we're back to Mars. We multiplied it as 56. 56 is very special. When you add 1, 2, 3, 4, it equals to 10, then 5, and then 6 come together as 11. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10, 5 and 6 equals to 11. 5 and 6 is when we get the E-world. The 6 rating is what I'm believing has to do with the connecting to man, is 3 and 3 above and below the equator, right? 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9s in your number scale right here on your number scale. Going around 5 will ignite 3, 4, 7, and 6. And that is the number for gold god and the number that goes around the moon, the size and diameter of the moon, 3, 4, 7, and 6. All right. So then we go to 78, and after that, we end up going to 36. And then after that, we end up to go to 84, and that's Pluto. And then after that, we go to 42, and that's the cat. And at 42, we then go to 79, and that's your birth gate. And from 79, we then go to 36, and we're back to this number over here, reverse. Then we end up to 84 and back to Pluto again. But so I did it over here on number 49, right? 49 reverse creates the high sky, double it, it's 98. Cut this in half, 49 and 49 is 89. Double it, it's 98. It's funny how this becomes the same thing. High, this will create H and I. That is this symbol here. Okay. Then it creates 39 Saturn. Then it's the birth gate. Then it's Venus, the 1010 inside 9. 1010 inside 9. That's what I'm presuming is the situation. Or the situation is this: 10 and 10. You create on both these lines, not in between. The 1 will go in between, connecting. This will be your dots, right? So this is one world, the other world, and the connecting world. Remember, 10 and 20. There is no 10T. It starts at 20. Then we have 69 rotation, artificial intelligence, EIEIO coming to the farm. Then we have the number to Pluto, the birth, the IR system, or the third system, because I and R are the only two numbers that will create this. There are 8 numbers in the alphabet, 8 letters in the alphabet, okay, that get 4 letters. There's only 2 that gets 2, and it's I and R, the 9th letter. Then over here in 37, where we get Nibiru and Christ, okay, And this is in regular numbers. If I use other numbers, Nibiru gets number 17. Nibiru gets number 25, the same numeric value as Earth's heart. Then we end up in the 5th position to the 7th gate, the E world at the 7th gate. In the 6th position, these two are my primary. These 4 are what build it. And then these 2 are the primaries of life. Into the 7th gate, we get the DC world, we get the Queen, and we're back to Jupiter. And that's the basis for these numbers here. Now we're going to get onto something a little bit easier, and I've showed this before. Now what this is I'm basing it all on 1, 4, and 7. I want to bring all my numbers to equal 1, 4, and 7. So 0 and 1, this would be this, because we have 0, and once we have 0, we have 9. 9 comes here, A and I comes into this 1, 4, 7. 4 goes around the moon. 7 is your gateway to connect. And I have a design I'm going to be showing you in a minute. We get the 2, it's -1. 3 minus 2, all the way up to 9 minus 8. 8 and 1. 1 and 7 brings me into the H. But it doesn't only bring me into H, it also brings me into the letters that I did not show you, which brought up my whole idea over here, which brings me to F and H, dividing of the G 7th gates, and I believe T is the bridge in the I, where S and U split 6 and 6 in gematria. You minus it, it creates the dog queen. You add it, it creates the sun. Here it creates the red sun. It creates 27, and it creates 13. All zeros equal 6, and this number can also be noted as 26 and 14. The reason it's 14 and the reason it's 26, because 26 will reduce to 20, and 14 is the reverse, okay, of the 26, the Z and the N letter. At the same time, you can do many things with 0, but you have to go left and right with it, okay? The gateway becomes 23 and 17 inside the T. All 7s, there's a missing number over here, which means 7 goes in the center. Now, if we were going to binary 7, we would end up with 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. We would end up with 64, which creates Roman numerals 10 and 24, and 64 represents 0. Remember, the most you can go is 9, because 10 brings it all together, and you end up with your 512 memory inside your binary. If you start adding them all up, 96, 106, 112, 120, gateway, 127. Did I get that right? 3, 7, 15, 31, 63, 127. 127. This is your piano and brings you to this number over here. 8th and 9th key, 7, 8, 9, because 1 and 2 in the piano will then go on to the other side of 7 as A and B, and that's your heavenly birth in your 512 memory. Remember, this is singular. You have to multiply this to create, square it off, or to have your triangular half-life, right? Your triangular half-life. And I create this. Anyways, let's leave this at this. We're going to go back to the numbers and show you that in 1, 4, and 7, these are the values. When you add them up, this becomes 36, this becomes 9, this becomes 18. They don't actually become 18, but this is the plus part, this is the minus. When we add and we minus, we get 18, 9, and 36. Total is 63. At the same time, we're going to do it again. 1 through 6 is 21, and 3 equals to 24. Total use of the numbers. This becomes 6, 1 through 5 becomes 15, and 6 becomes 21. And we add 1 through 8, and it becomes 36. And my total is 12 and 3. 1 and 2 is 3. The missing number is 12 and 3. This creates 45. Total is 81, and that is your Venus. 63 will be representing many things. The word 11. It will be the opposite of the 1 on the cube, making creation. Remember, 1 and 2 comes together. The opposite of 6 on the cube is the 1, and it brings in the 8 void spaces, creating the 8 heaven, and the opposite side in gematria. So we have this numeric value over here. When we come down over here, we add 1 through 7 is 28, plus 1 is 29. We add 1 through 4 twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I didn't do it here, so this numeric value is wrong. One of them is a minus, 2, 5, and 8, minus, 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 minus. So this actually would be 00. But the total value will be 20, and this numeric value will be 54 out of the sun. This value over here, 1 through 7, is 28, plus 1 is 29. We have 58, 68, 78, and we're going to take away the Pluto that I had. I hope I didn't do this video before. Thank God I saw the mistake. 78 is your gateway. The difference is your 20. 5, 5, 5, 5. 2 and 5 is 5. 3 and 4 is 5. And 2 and 5 is 5 because these dots are perfectly here, right? So you have 5, 5, and 5, but on this side, you end up with filling up 1, 2, 3 dots. So this would be 3 and 2. This one would be 6 and 1, 1 and 6. This one would be 4 and 1 because the 3 center is the only one that would go in. So your DC is 4 and 1. It brings on your DNA, AC/DC. In our last calculation, 1 through 8, where 9 is all in addition, and here, okay, it's all in addition. Don't count this one, and because we can put another 9 over here, right? Because we can put another 9 over here, then this one would actually jump up another 9. 9 and 9, 18. 1 and 8 is 9. So we can go from 36, we can go all the way up to 72. 4 times this equals to 288, times 1.25 equals to 360. We have to build what we have. We weren't given everything. We have to use math to recreate the missing parts. Here we add and we minus it. 1 to 5 is 15. 1 to 3 is 6. Minus it. It equals to 9. The reverse of that, all in addition, is 15. Here we add 1 through 6 equals to 21. Plus 3 equals to 24. 2 and 4, 6, 1 and 5, 6, 3 and 6, 9, 39 and 36, 39 and 36 equals to 75, and this brings us through the moon. 369 brings us through the moon, a numeric value of through the moon. And then once we go 75 and 75, we end up with 51, and we're back to Mars again. And we add 75 again, we end up with 36. Mars takes us over to Jupiter creation of 1, and we add 75 again, it ends up to being 12 or 72 inside the red sun because there's a 0 that's created over here. That will create a 6. If I bring it back to 12 and I add 75, it brings me to 87, and that is your gateway. So 8 times 7, 56 and 15 brings me to my gateway. Also, it represents the sperm, Raphael 72, 86 in a constellation of Pegasus. I want to go to Sun, where it shows me gateway, cube, A and I. It gives me the green world because the word green equals to this number, and 98, which is the high sky, and back to Uranus again, and then back to Jesus. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. We're not supposed to understand everything right now. Just let the numbers talk and do their own thing. Are you for hire? The hell sun. Thank you for watching this video.